Now, if you can't get away to a place like home, bring it to your home.
Exactly.
And that's what you're going to show us how to do right now.
Exactly. And I know a lot of us have untapped real estate in our homes right now. Whether it's that spare bedroom that's full of junk, whether it's a basement nook, even if it's the smallest little spot, even if it's an unused closet, turn it into a little meditation space that you can go to reset. And there really isn't that much you need to do, but the first thing you absolutely need to do is declutter it, if it is that cluttered guest bedroom or basement. Because there's so many studies that just absolutely prove the amount of clutter in our brains is directly related to the clutter in our homes. The more items we have in our house, the more stressed out we are. So when we can strip that potential space, or a space we can potentially make into a meditation, or just, I like to call it a wellness space, even if you're not into meditation, a place that's quiet to read, where you can turn off so you can turn inward is really the goal. Then it really does change the whole vibration and mood of your home, not just you as well. So a few things you can do, again, declutter. But once you do that, there is something to be said about going too minimalist. When you have nothing, it can actually create this feeling of emptiness. So you want to bring in purposeful pieces to your space. So for example, if you are bringing in some seating options, having a chair like this that's actually off the ground, so visually has some weightlessness to it. This is from Amazon. I think it's just such a perfect little place to perch and has movement, which I found in meditation. I often find myself rocking when I meditate, because it's one thing to be quiet, it's another thing to be very still, and sometimes that can be challenging. So having something like this floating chair is great. And then once you add in those few key pieces, really tactile cushions, I like the idea of giving yourself seating options, so not just a chair, because there might be some days, depending on your mood, you need to sprawl out on the floor and just have it out with yourself, right?
So I just think there's something really nice and natural about sitting on the ground too. I mean, we've got the sofas and the chairs and everything, and half the time I go in the living room, I sit on the ground. On a pillow. I find that comfortable.
So whether it's a nice fur rug from IKEA, some meditation poofs and pillows, whatever you need, just have that soft space to land. And then from there, it really comes down to color. Color, we talk about all the time, has a huge effect on us psychologically, emotionally, all of it. Now, the interesting thing is most people are calm in cooler colors, blues and greens. But having said that, that coolness can actually bring a bit of dreariness as well. So I love to actually work with pinks and purples because they're softer and they're on the warmer side of the color wheel as well. But don't go vibrant, because then you're just going to get agitated in the space. Keep the colors very, very cool and calm. Now, the other great thing is if you have natural light and a big window, but if you don't, doing something like a wall mural, and in this case, About Murals, had this stunning piece. Now, for me, I look at this and this immediately calms me, because not only is it art on the wall, but it to me looks like a beautiful sunset. And that is it's very ethereal feeling, and it has all of those calming colors and really sets the tone. So again, if you think I'm crazy about putting a meditation space in a closet, put some lights in there, put a mural inside there, closet, basement, whatever, this will totally transform your mood. I can absolutely guarantee that.
Well, we know that even breathing differently can transform your mood. So, so using these tips, even the small tips like color and weightlessness and decluttering, it will switch your mood up.
And breathing well is all about introducing some plants as well.
Absolutely.
Again, that direct correlation to having a view outside. We're hardwired to be at our best vibration when we're out and one with nature. So if you can't have that, bring it inside. And I'm going to tell you one thing, if you are in a place with no natural light, in my opinion, psychologically, faux does the trick as well. So if you can't have light, if you don't have a green thumb, or you don't have the ability to have natural light to keep plants alive, tucking some faux around just to give that eye a place to rest, and it definitely triggers that same response as if you were out in nature. If you can have natural plants in your space, it will help to oxygenate your space as well and deodorize all of the great things. But faux, don't be afraid of faux. There's some great ones out there now that look amazing.
It softens up your space as well, and warms up your space. And I think it's good that it doesn't become too sterile.
That's exactly it.
Right? You want tactile, you want texture, you want all of that in your space.
Absolutely. And the tactile actually absorbs sound as well. So sometimes setting the mood is about getting rid of the sound from outside. So having tactile elements around absolutely helps with that.
So you mean you have your two boys and the dog at the closet door saying, "Mom, when are you coming out?"
And I have the pillows against my ears. Yes, that's how I meditate.